Hello guys and welcome to another episode of the 10-minute modeling challenge. This is going to be episode 35 and I'm going to be modeling a wizard this time around. Fresh figures now is that I'm on 97,748 subscribers. When I hit 100k subscribers, the following Saturday I will be doing a 24-hour live stream where I'm going to be doing as many low poly characters and animate them as I can during that period. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And according to my calculations, if I keep the daily averages of new subscribers up, I'm going to be hitting that maybe on Thursday next week. And that means that it could be as soon as Saturday, let's see, the 29th of August. That's what I'm hoping. I'll be able to do that live stream. If I miss that target, I'll be doing it on the 5th of September. So either case, it's going to be a lot of fun, but please do me a favor if you could and share and like this video. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Every hour as well, I'm going to be having a little 5-minute story, so I'll release the schedule on those as well. But basically, it's going to be things like how did I get started with Unity, how did I get started with Blender, how did I become a full-time indie developer, how can you make money selling assets on the asset store? You could actually make a living doing that. Also, I'm testing out something called Super Chat in YouTube. I didn't even know it existed, but apparently if you look on the chat now, I've enabled it for this premiere as well. But don't feel forced to use it, but there's a little next to the normal chat icon there's a little super chat icon, and if you do that you can get a little highlight message if you want to send a little donation. But again, don't feel forced to do it, but I'm testing it out so I can have that during my live stream as well. Check this out. It's a little it's a chassis fan for a computer with a little temporary make-do power supply that I've hacked together. And I need this because it's super, well, I say it's super warm. This is Sweden. I'm a Swede. So I don't really cope well with the heat, and I think if someone from Africa, Asia, or I mean Central America or something like that, if they sat down here, they'd probably put a coat on. Be a bit chilly for them maybe, but not for me. I'm roasting as it is. It's probably not that warm, but it's warm for me. I'm hoping it's not making too much sound so I can actually use it. Okay, with all that said, it's time to do some modeling. I'm going to be doing a wizard this time around, a low poly wizard, and I've had a few requests for that, I think, in the chat. Oh yeah, we had Chase G actually suggested me to do a low poly wizard with a robe and how that would work. So I'm going to be using the Rigify add-on today, and if you haven't got that enabled, it actually comes with Blender by default, but you do have to go into preference. Actually, I can show you. Well, you should go into preferences here and go to the add-ons tab, search for, here I've already done it, Rigify, and make sure that this one is enabled, because when you do Shift A here, then you'll have some more armatures, and I'm going to be using the basic human meta rig today. So, a lot of talking, not a lot of modeling, but we're going to change that right now. I'm going to be kicking off now with some wizardry. Ready, steady, go, and we're off. Shift A, armature. Let's add that basic human meta rig. Tab into edit mode, A to select everything, S to scale it down. Let's make the robe now. So Control R, loop cut that one, scale Y, Control R, scale X, make it. I'm gonna make it a little bit like a cone here. So Control plus, let's make it a little bit bigger again. Front view, up a bit, maybe. L to select everything, bring it up to there maybe. And get these, front view again, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale. E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale. That's it. Now we're going to do, I should actually apply the mirror modifier, auto mirror. And then here, let's do the arm. So I have to model it according to the armature here again. So a G to move it down, E to extrude, R to rotate. F3, flatten. Get that one nice and flat. It's from the loop tools add-on. G to move that on, R to rotate, and then get some wide, hangy robe arms or sleeves here. Scale there. Shift select these and do Alt S to scale along normals. And here we also have to make it follow the arm here. So 1 to get the Alt Z to get that one as well. Let's see now. Alt Z again. G to move it to there. R to rotate. That's it. And then here, let's inset this. So I to inset once only. And GG to slide these up. Good game. And then let's just make a rudimentary hand. E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, Control R. Let's do the thumb here as well. This is going to be a palm. Hands down the worst palm I've ever seen. Terrible joke. Again. Sorry about that. Okay, let's make a head now. So E to extrude, S to scale that one down, bring it in to there. And side view, E to extrude, S to scale, R to rotate. E to extrude, S to scale. Now I'm just going to make a low poly head here, actually. E to extrude. That's one blocky head, isn't it? So Control R, 3 loop cuts, scale, Z. Now I'm going to move these in. So I'm going to try to get some sort of a cartoony look to this face. Okay, sorry about this. This is a bit of a disaster. Move it into there, maybe. Okay, this is going to have to do somehow. Okay, let's make eyes here. I to inset, B. No, I to inset there. F, let's see, scale Y, 0 to flatten those. And then scale X-axis to there, maybe. Just want to have some really simple looking eyes here. And we should move this out and that one out too. It looks a bit sad, but that's okay. Let's move this jaw down to there maybe. And A, select everything. Let's make the robe and the whole wizard is mostly going to be purple. So let's make that purple. Control plus here. Get the whole head, skin color on that on. Same for the hand here. How am I doing? 644. Skin color there. And now we have to do what should we do now? We'll extrude, make the face. Actually, I'll do this so we can get a beard and a mustache here. And then I should actually select this whole face and extrude it to get some more geometry here. So we'll select, actually I can do that on the eyes. First of all, let's color those black. Control plus a few times to there. Shift select these. And then I to inset and B to get the boundary off. And then G to move it. Just want to have some more geometry here to play with. That's it. And yep. That should be all right. And let's do a knife cut here because I need to make the hat integrated with the head, I think, to get the weight painting to work better. So now shift select a whole bunch of these and extrude some hair. Okay, I can hold the control key for some speed there. Oh, apparently not there. And that's it. How am I doing? 536. Are these selected? No. Need that one, that one, that one, that one. Alt E to extrude long face normals. Control plus and get that to white hair. Wizards always have white hair for some reason. G to move that on. Actually, I should make this whole thing like that. So pointy beard here. E to extrude it. S to scale it. E to move it. E to extrude it. S to scale it. R to rotate maybe. Like that. And then we need some hair here in the back as well. So let's move this one out first of all. Select the bottom there. E to extrude that on. G to move that long hair. Also wizard-like. E to extrude. S to scale. Okay. Got some issues going on here, so we'll have to fix this. Maybe we'll get this whole thing coming out here as well to there. G. Okay, and then some wavy stuff here. Do we have an ear here as well, maybe? Select these two. Bring them to there. I to inset. E to extrude. Control plus. Go on that. Now we need to make the hat, so this is going to be a bit of an interesting one. I think I'll just join this one to there. I'll switch that one to vertex snapping. G, move it to there. Control plus. Let's see. Let's do E to extrude, S to scale. Purple hat. How am I doing? 359. Should be all right. G to move that on. S to scale. See if we can get the wizard hat going here. E to extrude, S to scale. I don't like to scale with the mirror modifier on because it plays up a little bit. It doesn't scale properly, I think, in the X-axis. E to extrude, S to scale. Have to move it in a little bit to keep the roundness. E to extrude, S to scale, G to move it. And then there, and then one more time. E to extrude, S to scale, and move it in. And now maybe it'll like a little black band here as well. I to inset. Alt E to extrude long face normals, move it down. Control plus, make that one black too. And that's, we need feet as well. So select these two, 308. I to inset, B to get the boundary back. And S to scale it down a lot. GG to move that vertex in, GG to move that on, GG to move that on. Good game. Lame joke. Front view, slide them to there. E to extrude. E to extrude again, move it there. So these are going to be some very basic low poly feet here. So they're just going to be moving under the robe here, hopefully. It's going to be interesting to see how this robe deforms now. A bit of a gamble, to be honest. Scale. X. Okay. And then black shoes. I'm actually going to color this whole thing black. That's it. And here, maybe get this hat out a little bit more, at least on the x-axis. Maybe down to there. And I should also probably lower the whole hat, maybe. So Control plus, select all of this, and then just move it down to there. Scale Y. Okay. So now we should apply the mirror modifier here. How am I doing? 156, and we'll see if we can get some randomness to this coat so it's not so uniform. Coat, I mean robe. So let's just twist a little bit. Maybe here on the sides as well. I'm going to be doing some, maybe just some sections here where we can inset it to get some, like, I'll show you. Can't even explain what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to have some dark sections as if it's rippled a little bit, the coat. Coat, I keep saying coat, I meant robe. So R to rotate, R to rotate. And here now I'm going to just shift select these all the way to there and up to there. And same here, shift select these. And then I to inset that. And Alt S to scale it down to there. And then just color those black as well. And then maybe move them in vertex. You just want to have some shape to the robe here. I said it right, robe. So how am I doing? 53 seconds. There we go. There we go. And now we can, since we're not in perfect geometry mode here, we can hold Z to see through, box select that, R to rotate that on a bit. Since we don't have to do it, we don't have mirror modifier on now, so we can actually play around a little bit with that one not being perfect. 32 seconds, so time has come now to do, we have to go to meta rig, item, let's see, here, generate rig, 21 seconds, I should do it. Shift select that one, Control P with automatic weights, and hide the meta rig. Control tab into post mode, and yeah! And I've got 8 seconds to spare, and it's moving. So I've got IK on there. So hopefully we'll see how the robe works though. Time's up. Okay. Let's see now how this deforms. I'm petrified now. I'm not petrified, but I'm going to be a bit curious to see how this deforms. So first of all, I should switch off when I do the hip here. If you saw my pirate, 10-minute pirate, you can see the hands are locked here, and it's because it's set to inverse kinematics by default. So if I slide these two controllers up to forward kinematic, then it moves along there. That's pretty good. And the robe seems to be all right so far anyway. R to rotate. See, R to rotate. Let's see the head as well. Or the reason why I wanted the hat to be part of the head is because when you do automatic weight painting, if it's detached to geometry, it doesn't really automatically map that. But if you were to model this character, you probably want to do the hat separate, maybe if you want to be able to reposition it or have it maybe fall off even. So you could do that if you wanted to. Viewport display in front. R to rotate. That's pretty good. R to rotate. R to rotate. Yeah. And then let's move the arms here as well with forward kinematic. I guess to see how this is going to be the tricky one now. To see how the deformation works for the legs now and the robe, I'm actually going to do the simple walk cycle, the one I always tend to do. So you've probably seen this one before. And let's go into the animation tab here. Well, then I have to go Control 3 again here. And keyframing, automatic keyframing on down there. And let's do the basic walk cycle there. So Shift Space G to get this manipulator, lower it down. Get the right foot here. G to move that on. R to rotate. Okay, so we've got some weight painting issues here, but that can be quite easily fixed. So in order to fix that one, let's tab into edit mode on the robe here. Let's see, go to object mode, tab, and then we can look here, N, and see what the mapping is like here. If I see this one, we've got def foot R. We should probably assign it to that one. First of all, we can probably move that vertex in a bit. And then we should reassign it here. So I'll go to vertex information here. Def foot R, that should do. Let's assign it to that one. We have that one there. Lower it a bit. Maybe now. Control 3 to go into side view. Select the rig again. Control tab into post mode. G. Okay, that's a bit better. So we've lowered him down to here. Now let's bring the right foot forward. R to rotate it. We're going to do the contact pose there. And this one, we'll slide it back. R to rotate that one. Like so. And then slide forward to keyframe 4. Lower it down a little bit. So this is going to be the recoil pose here. R to rotate that one down. R to rotate that foot. Bring it back a little bit longer as well. And then slide forward a few frames to frame number 7. Now we're going to be starting to go up here. This is the passing pose. G to move that on. R to rotate it. And finally here, it's going to be the high pose. So slide that one up again. Left foot comes up. R to rotate it. And this one slides back. R to rotate it a bit here. So the foot is poking through. We can probably fix that one as well. But let's finish this cycle first. So I need to select all the rig parts here. Select all down here on the dope sheet. Control C, slide to frame 13. Control Shift V. And that's it. And then we need to grab this first one again. So box select that one, Shift D, and move it to frame 25. And then set the loop to 24 there. Okay, and we can hide the rig there by the little icon there. So it sort of works. I think for a low poly, it doesn't really matter if it pokes through like that. Let's get rid of that one. I'd say you'd get away with that perfectly fine. It's like as if the robe is like just folding up a little bit. You could add more geometry to this coat so it doesn't look so pokey. That one probably moves a little bit too much, that vertex. So we can fix that. Tab into edit mode, and then we can see here on item here which one is deforming, and some thigh here is deforming it quite a lot. We can lower that a lot. Deform, which one should we do? See, pelvis L we can do. Assign, lower it. That's probably better. And we also have to fix the arms. That looks a bit silly. So let's see, we'll show the rig again. Select it, Control Tab into post mode. And then since we're in forward kinematics here, and then when the right leg goes forward here on frame 1, the right arm should go back. And the left arm over here should go forward. Maybe we'll angle that and angle that one. And then all we need to do now is shift select these green ones, Control C, and then go to frame 13, Control Shift V, and then go to frame 25 and do Control V again. And if we look at that, it should pretty much work. Okay, so I think for a low poly robe, I think you'd definitely get away with this, especially if maybe the character is only about this size. So I'd say you get away with that quality if you're going to make a little low poly style game, platformer, a little adventure game or something like that. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so the tip this week is going to be, I've been playing around a little bit with blend shapes or shape keys. I don't know if you've tried that one yourself. But in Unity, I wanted my characters to blink. I don't really model mouths with them because I think the low poly characters, for some reason, I like them to have no mouths. Sounds strange, I know. But I do want them to be able to blink. And to do that, there's this thing called shape keys here. Switched into the action editor here, and let's rename this one to walk. So we have that one. And then let's click this little shield icon as well to save it. So make sure we don't lose that one. So yeah, basically links it. Then I want to just create a new one here on this icon. And then let's name this one T-pose. A to select everything. Go to the first frame and then just do Alt-G and Alt-R to reset everything there to the T-pose. Double click A down here on the dope sheet, B to box select and delete it. Get rid of all those keyframes. And then the little shield icon here as well to save it. So it's a fake user, basically assigns it so that even if I accidentally delete something, hopefully I won't delete this action. The reason why I wanted to go into T-pose mode here is because if I tab, let's see, Control tab, go into object mode, front view, and then I'm going to duplicate this character now. Shift D, Shift space G, and then move it to the side. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select on this copied character. I'm going to select, actually, I'll just select those two lines. Go to the front view, G to move that down. And G to move it, Shift space G and move it forward to there maybe. And then same here for the bottom ones. I'll do there and there. This guy's going to blink with his whole face. So there and there. And then what I'll do, I think I'll select these eyes as well. Just scale on the Z axis like this. Oh, I should have picked both eyes. So there and there, there and there. Scale Z, bring it down to there, and then just these two as well. To move it. What I can do now is I select this copied one, Shift select this one, and then go here, and we can go to Shape keys, and then we'll click this little down arrow here and do Join as Shapes. And then I can actually just delete this one now. And now you'll see that I've got this, I should have probably named it something else than cube, but if I drag the slider now, you can see that the character blinks. I'll probably cover this in a more in-depth tutorial and how to get this into Unity as well, because it's a little bit tricky to get it to work inside of Unity properly, but it is possible. And it's a quite nice way, instead of using bones for the faces, it's quite a nice way to be able to just modify the as if you were editing the mesh to get the eyes closed, instead of having to animate the bones. And then you create these shape keys so you can drag this little value slider here and basically it'll have the character blink. You could do it for the mouth as well, or wiggly ears, or whatever you want to do. Like I said, I'll cover that in a more in-depth tutorial. So the bonus tip this week is just be aware that shape keys exist and have a look how I did it just a moment ago if you want to rewind it. And put in the comments below also if you want it as a proper tutorial. I think it probably should qualify that, since it's a little bit tricky to get it right. Alright guys, there you have it. We've got ourselves a little walking wizard here. Maybe it's not the best fold of the robe here, but I think for a quick job and the default without too much excessive weight painting, I think it was good enough, I think, for what we need. You could spend some more time weight painting it and assigning the verts to maybe the different leg bones or feet bones to have it crease even better. Check out the link in the description as well if you want to join the Discord server and have a chat there with some like-minded people to do Unity and Blender related game dev stuff. I also want to give a big shout out to my patrons. Thank you very much for supporting me there. Link in the description to my Patreon site as well. And stay tuned for the next video. Have a great week, and I'll see you for another 10-minute modeling challenge. Bye for now.